At Carepatron, we are constantly looking at ways to improve. If you have any feedback on how we can improve our videos and resources, please leave us a comment in the comment section below. Habituation is a psychological phenomenon in which organisms become less responsive to a repeated stimulus over time. It is a simple form of learning that involves decreased responsiveness to a particular stimulus after repeated exposure. This process allows individuals to filter out non-threatening, repetitive stimuli and focus on more significant or novel ones. Habituation occurs naturally in various contexts and can be observed through different examples in daily life. This phenomenon illustrates how the repeated presentation of a stimulus can affect habituation. Here are some examples. Noise tolerance. A person living near a train station may initially be disturbed by the noise, but eventually becomes used to it, demonstrating habituation to persistent, non-threatening sounds. Visual stimuli adaption. A baby initially fascinated by a new toy may lose interest over time as it becomes familiar, showing how habituation affects attention to visual stimuli. Physical sensation adjustment. Someone who starts wearing a ring may initially notice it constantly but will eventually stop noticing it as they become habituated to the sensation, illustrating habituation to continuous physical sensations. Factors that impact habituation. Habituation doesn't occur uniformly across all situations. Several factors can influence the rate and degree of habituation. The intensity and duration of the stimulus play significant roles in habituated response. More potent or prolonged stimuli may take longer to habituate than weaker or shorter stimuli. Very intense stimuli can lead to slower habituation or no habituation at all. Habituation and sensory adaption both involve decreased responses to repeated stimuli but differ in mechanisms. Habituation, a psychological process involving higher brain functions and conscious control, where individuals become less responsive to a stimulus after repeated exposure. Sensory adaption, a physiological process within sensory organs and neural pathways occurring automatically without conscious effort, where sensory receptors reduce the response to a constant stimulus, such as not feeling clothing on the skin. Both processes help individuals manage sensory input, allowing focus on more critical or novel stimuli. A psychological review of research articles and studies highlights the role of habituation in therapeutic processes, including exposure therapy and sensory integration therapy. This method helps patients adjust to stimuli that provoke discomfort or anxiety, improving their overall well-being and functioning. Exposure theory. Gradual exposure to anxiety-provoking stimuli helps patients desensitize their fears, effectively reducing anxiety responses over time. This is particularly beneficial for conditions such as phobias, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Sensory integration therapy. This therapy is used for individuals with sensory processing disorders and involves structured exposure to sensory stimuli. Over time, patients become less sensitive and more adaptive to these inputs, improving their sensory processing. Habit reversal training. This method addresses unwanted habits such as tics or compulsions by teaching patients to replace these behaviors with more adaptive ones. Utilizing habituation in therapy provides a structured approach to help patients adapt to and cope with challenging stimuli, ultimately enhancing their quality of life and therapeutic outcomes. To learn more about habituation psychology, explore our guides library, which you can find on our Carepatron website linked in the description below. Carepatron is a practice management software known for its comprehensive features. Signing up is free. Just click on the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more content like this.